my dear students. I hope you are in your best state of your body and mind. So with this, I am Lavanya and I am back with lecture 7 on cell, the fundamental unit of life for class 9th. So without much delay, let's proceed. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss difference between eukaryotes and prokaryotes, and then the next topic will be cytoplasm, and then we'll see a very awesome video on the overview of cells. So gear up yourself, children, as we proceed through the lecture. Come on, students, now let us move on to eukaryotes and prokaryotes. The first point of difference is prokaryotes do not have a well-defined nucleus. What do I mean by well-defined nucleus? Come on, can you answer that? Well-defined nucleus means membrane-bound nucleus. So, membrane-bound nucleus is absent in prokaryotes. Is that crystal clear, kids? Yes? Membrane-bound nucleus is absent in prokaryotes, whereas in eukaryotes, membrane-bound nucleus is present. अब प्रोकैरियोट्स में मेम्ब्रेन बाउंड न्यूक्लियस नहीं होता, तो उस अनडिफाइंड न्यूक्लियस स्पेस को क्या कहते हैं? कम ऑन. अब प्रोकैरियोट्स में मेम्ब्रेन बाउंड न्यूक्लियस एब्सेंट होता है, अनडिफाइंड रीजन होता है. तो व्हाट डू वी कॉल दैट अनडिफाइंड रीजन? दैट इज न्यूक्लियोइड. क्या कहते हैं? मार्क 3 स्टार्स. कम ऑन, दैट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. Mark 3 stars. That is nucleoid. You have to repeat after me. That is nucleoid. Similarly, membrane-bound organelles, cell organelles are also absent in prokaryotes. Prokaryotes में ना तो membrane-bound nucleus है, ना ही membrane-bound cell organelles. Whereas in eukaryotes, membrane-bound cell organelles are present. Is that crystal clear? Yes? Now the next point is prokaryotic cells are generally smaller. What is the size? The size is 1 to 10 micrometer. Prokaryotic cells की size क्या है? Come on, 1 to 10 micrometer. Now compare the size with eukaryotes. That is 5 to 100 micrometer. Wait, what is it? Micrometer. Micrometer means 10 की पावर -6 meters. Micrometer 10 की पावर -6 meters. Remember that. That may be a question in your exams, right? Now the next point is examples. What are the examples of prokaryotes? Bacteria and cyanobacteria, which is also called blue-green algae. Mark a 2 star. Come on. Cyanobacteria is also called blue-green algae. Eukaryotes are modern cells. So what will be the example? Plants, animals, fungi, etc. Crystal clear? Yes? Perfect? Like? Hit like. Hit like now, kids. If that is crystal clear, hit like. Fast. Done? So my dear children, pull up your socks for the next slide, which says cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is the inner mass of the cell, excluding the nucleus. It is the protoplasmic inner mass of the cell, which is inner to the plasma membrane, excluding the nucleus. It's very simple. See, protoplasm means nucleus plus cytoplasm. When I refer to it as protoplasm, protoplasm includes nucleus as well as cytoplasm. But when I say cytoplasm, what will it be? Protoplasm excluding nucleus. So what is protoplasm? The mass of cell. Yes, the mass of cell delimited by the plasma membrane is the protoplasm. And protoplasm excluding nucleus is cytoplasm. Right? Cytoplasm has two parts. It is cytosol and cell organelles. Repeat after me. It is cytosol and cell organelles. Simple. Cytosol is the fluid part of the cytoplasm is called cytosol. What is cytosol? Come on, 3 stars. It is fluid part of the cytoplasm is cytosol. Cell organelles are submicroscopic structure. As you already know, cell is a microscopic structure. Cell organelles are contained inside the cell. So it will be submicroscopic structures that are specialized in their functions. They are specialized in their activities performed in the cell. We'll see it in the upcoming overview of cell organelles. It's a very interesting video. Here comes the most informative part of today's lecture. It's a very beautiful video on the overview of cell. This video is credited to Nucleus Medical Media. I'll again like to thank the channel for the same. It's a very nice, enriching video, children, and I would like all of you to focus your attention completely on the video.
Cells are the smallest living units of an organism. All cells have 3 things in common, no matter what type of cell they are. All cells have a cell membrane, which separates the inside of the cell from its environment, cytoplasm, which is a jelly-like fluid, and DNA, which is the cell's genetic material. There are 2 broad categories of cells. The first category is eukaryotic cells. They have organelles, which include the nucleus and other special parts. Eukaryotic cells are more advanced, complex cells, such as those found in plants and animals. The second category is prokaryotic cells. They don't have a nucleus or membrane-enclosed organelles. They do have genetic material, but it's not contained within a nucleus. Prokaryotic cells are always one-celled or unicellular organisms, such as bacteria. So, what are organelles? Organelle means little organ. Organelles are the specialized parts of a cell that have unique jobs to perform. Let's start with the nucleus, the control center of the cell. The nucleus contains DNA, or genetic material. DNA dictates what the cell is going to do and how it's going to do it. Chromatin is the tangled, spread-out form of DNA found inside the nuclear membrane. When a cell is ready to divide, DNA condenses into structures known as chromosomes. The nucleus also contains a nucleolus, which is a structure where ribosomes are made. After ribosomes leave the nucleus, they will have the important job of synthesizing or making proteins. Outside the nucleus, the ribosomes and the rest of the organelles float around in cytoplasm, which is the jelly-like substance. Ribosomes may wander freely within the cytoplasm or attach to the endoplasmic reticulum, sometimes abbreviated as ER. There are 2 types of ER. Rough ER has ribosomes attached to it, and smooth ER doesn't have ribosomes attached to it. The endoplasmic reticulum is a membrane-enclosed passageway for transporting materials, such as the proteins synthesized by ribosomes. Proteins and other materials emerge from the endoplasmic reticulum in small vesicles, where the Golgi apparatus, sometimes called the Golgi body, receives them. As proteins move through the Golgi body, they're customized into forms that the cell can use. The Golgi body does this by folding the proteins into usable shapes, or adding other materials onto them, such as lipids or carbohydrates. Vacuoles are sac-like structures that store different materials. Here, in this plant cell, the central vacuole stores water. Going back to the animal cell, you will see an organelle called a lysosome. Lysosomes are the garbage collectors that take in damaged or worn-out cell parts. They are filled with enzymes that break down this cellular debris. The mitochondrion is an organelle that is the powerhouse for both animal and plant cells. During a process called cellular respiration, the mitochondria make ATP molecules that provide the energy for all of the cell's activities. Cells that need more energy have more mitochondria. Meanwhile, the cell maintains its shape through a cytoskeleton. The cytoskeleton includes the thread-like microfilaments, which are made of protein, and microtubules, which are thin, hollow tubes. Some organisms, such as plants that are photoautotrophic, meaning they capture sunlight for energy, have cells with an organelle called a chloroplast. The chloroplast is where photosynthesis happens. It's green because it has a green pigment called chlorophyll. Plant cells also have a cell wall outside of their cell membranes that shape, support, and protect the plant cell. Animal cells never have a cell wall. There are many other unique structures that only some cells have. Here are just a few. In humans, for example, the respiratory tract is lined with cells that have cilia. These are microscopic hair-like projections that can move in waves. This feature helps trap inhaled particles in the air and expels them when you cough. Another unique feature in some cells is flagella. Some bacteria have flagella. A flagellum is like a little tail that can help a cell move or propel itself. The only human cell that has a flagellum is a sperm cell. In summary, remember, eukaryotic cells are plant and animal cells with a nucleus and membrane-enclosed organelles, while prokaryotic cells are unicellular organisms without these things. All cells have a cell membrane, cytoplasm, and genetic material.
So students, it's all about today. I hope you enjoyed the video very much. See you in the next lecture. Bye bye. Take care. Keep studying.